The movie opens with a sultry scene between Gabby and her husband, Elliot. Their intimate moment is abruptly interrupted when Elliot unintentionally spoils the mood. Gabby explodes with anger, furious that Elliot unilaterally decided to have a vasectomy without discussing it with her, especially considering her strong desire for a third child. Elliot maintains he thought they'd resolve the issue, but Gabby's anger remains unabated. Their two teenage daughters then burst into the room, demanding to bring their phones on the daddy-daughter camping weekend trip. After a flurry of preparations, they finally set off for their weekend adventure, leaving Gabby home alone. Gabby is hesitant to attend a party. Claire, her friend, invited her to, but Claire insists. She needs to get out of the house and have some fun. Gabby reluctantly agrees and heads to her garage to work on a furniture restoration project before Claire picks her up. They attend the party and everyone is dancing and having a great time. Gabby orders a dirty martini and retreats to her Kindle app, engrossed in Jane Eyre. A handsome young man named Matt, 33 years old and attending the party with a business associate, notices her reading. He expresses his admiration for the classic novel, and a conversation ensues. Flattered by his attention, Gabby explains that she's married with children and a seemingly perfect life. While she takes a phone call, Matt discreetly uses his phone to research her online. Discovering her passion for furniture refinishing, intrigued, he invites her to check out a project he's working on in the city. When Gabby gets home, she Googles Matt and seems quite impressed with what she sees. Gabby visits a school Matt is building and is impressed by his work ethic and altruistic vision. Matt turns out to be incredibly successful, the owner of a social media platform called 4Foresight, similar to Facebook. He grew up in foster care and is now dedicated to philanthropy, traveling the world and supporting charitable causes. He gives her a tour of the school and tells her his vision for the school. Then he offers her a position on the project as a design consultant, restoring old furniture. Meanwhile, Claire and her husband announce their pregnancy. Gabby congratulates them, though inwardly she feels a pang of resentment. Upon their return home, the news of Claire's pregnancy unexpectedly reignites a fierce argument between Gabby and Elliot. Gabby feels deeply betrayed by his decision regarding the vasectomy, and their relationship sours. She demands he reverse the procedure as a sign of his remorse, but he refuses. Gabby accepts the job position to work with Matt, and they begin an intense texting relationship for months. There's a montage of them exchanging messages. She sends him leaves in the fall. He sends her sand from Malibu, and they share selfies. As their connection deepens, however, the flirting becomes increasingly intense, leaving Gabby with growing doubts and a sense of unease. Matt texts her he is in town and invites her to dinner with him and some business associates. To her surprise, he's the only one present. His in-person flirting intensifies and Gabby firmly shuts him down, expressing her desire for a purely platonic friendship. They toast to their friendship, but the intense texting continues unabated. One weekend, while Gabby is home alone, Matt unexpectedly arrives, claiming it's for work-related matters. He finds her relaxing at home, enjoying some pasta. Gabby pulls herself together and gives him a tour of her woodworking shop. He is genuinely impressed with the desk she's been working on for him. However, his admiration quickly shifts to a more personal level. They succumb to their desires, sharing a passionate encounter. Overwhelmed by guilt and regret, Gabby confronts Matt, insisting that their encounter was a mistake, and that it cannot happen again. He acknowledges her feelings, assuring her that he likes her, but insists it was a one-time occurrence and that everything will be all right. Determined to move on, Gabby throws herself into yoga and spending quality time with her family. However, her efforts are hampered by increasing irritability and a growing impatience with her daughters. And then, the unexpected happens. She discovers she's pregnant. Consulting her doctor, she learns the chances of the baby being Elliot's are incredibly slim, a mere 0.5%. Claire, instead of offering support, urges Gabby to consider an abortion to save her marriage. But Gabby, who has always longed for another child, refuses. Facing the inevitable confrontation, she confesses the affair to Elliot. He explodes in anger, accusing her of betraying their trust. Undeterred, Gabby suggests they can work through it, that they can finally have the baby she's always wanted, and that he can pretend it's his. Elliot, however, is devastated and storms out of the house, leaving Gabby heartbroken and calling out his name in despair. The revelation of the affair shatters their family. They are forced to tell their daughters the truth, an excruciating experience for all involved. Olivia, their oldest daughter, is deeply upset by the situation and decides to live with her father. Meanwhile, their younger daughter expresses more support for her mother and chooses to stay with her. Gabby struggles to pick up the pieces. Her sister offers support with chocolate cake and encourages her to move on. Taking her advice, Gabby meets with Matt and casually inquires about his desire for children. He bluntly states that he doesn't want kids at all. Now alone and pregnant, Gabby meets with Elliot for coffee. She's surprised that he wants to discuss selling their house and his insistence on divorce. He leaves her feeling devastated and with no other options. Her friend Claire also abandons her, treating her coldly during their yoga class. Her daughter, Olivia, resents her. Gabby finds herself isolated, supported only by her sister and her younger daughter. Gabby decides to buy out Elliot's share of the house. Her sister, a self-proclaimed yard sale enthusiast, helps by organizing a pop-up furniture store to help Gabby raise funds to buy out Elliot's share of the house. Gabby's daughters, including Olivia, surprisingly pitch in, and a montage captures their efforts. It's now Christmas time, and Gabby invites Elliot to spend Christmas Eve and Christmas Day with her and the girls. While shopping, she unexpectedly encounters Matt. He notices her pregnancy, and Gabby confesses that she should have told him sooner. She tells him the baby is his, not her husband's. Matt expresses his disappointment that she's just telling him about the baby now, leaving Gabby feeling even more isolated and regretful. Christmas Eve night, after exchanging gifts, Elliot tells Gabby he is seeing Trish, one of her friends. On Christmas morning, Gabby goes into labor. Elliot takes her to the hospital and stays to support her, holding her hand as she gives birth. After giving birth, she calls the baby by his full name. Elliot is shocked that the baby will be given his last name and abruptly leaves the room. Despite the turmoil, Gabby tells the newborn that she loves him. Later, Gabby sends Matt a picture of the baby. Matt doesn't respond initially, but he eventually shows up unannounced to meet his son. Gabby's daughter, Olivia, is visibly annoyed by his presence. Gabby and Matt spend some time together hanging out with the baby, and Matt tells her he is happily dating someone. Elliot unexpectedly arrives, hoping to reconcile with Gabby, but sees her with Matt. Then Gabby goes to a restaurant to pick up takeout, and unexpectedly runs into Elliot and his new girlfriend, Trish, who are meeting with friends for dinner. The encounter is awkward. Gabby apologizes to Elliot again for her past actions and assures him that the baby is not a mistake, but a gift. Trish, after waiting for a while, comes to retrieve Elliot. At postnatal yoga, Gabby unexpectedly bumps into Claire and Elliot's girlfriend Trish, who reveals that she and Elliot are no longer dating and encourages Gabby to pursue him. Gabby, pushing the stroller with the baby, heads to Elliot's office. She confesses her feelings for him and apologizes for her past actions. Elliot also apologizes and, in a moment of vulnerability, reciprocates her feelings. They reconcile with a kiss. The final scene shows Matt visiting the baby with his model girlfriend. It's clear they visit regularly and are pretty much a part of the family. Everyone, including Elliot, seems happy and content with this unconventional arrangement.